Welcome to today's episode. Architect 26. Where is this map to the false light? Huh? Narrative merchant of the day. So today we are going to analyze that video that is in the about, and it's from a pretty big channel. Every now and then it just gets into our feed, even though we're not subbed and we usually don't do anything. We don't leave comments or anything anymore, nor give likes or dislikes, so it shouldn't really come in our feed, but every now and then it does, because we used to interact more until we realized they don't really. A lot of times we found that we were muted just simply because we were asking for maps and basically raising perfectly logical points, and they were never replied, and then we realized, oh, we're muted. So it could be the platform, it could be the content creator, who knows, but interaction was only being done because it helps the content creators, but I just don't do it anymore. Because if they mute your comments, what's the point, right? It's just a waste of time anyway. So still, I think some of you may find this content creator interesting. So the title was about the false light, and this is a common trap for the false light and so forth. So I took the script of the video, and then we took the comments and we analyzed what's going on in this particular container. What are the patterns we can observe? Again, it's not about the content creator, it's not about the person, it's about the work and the pattern showing up in that work. Never pick on people. Remember that behind every person there is a nervous system in survival.
Architect 26. Where is the map for the false light trap narrative? Stink bomb mode 7 LK flow. Let's do this clean pattern first. No personal attacks, just structure. I'm going to answer the title question directly. There is no map in this video. There is a story, and that's the core issue. Nush 1. What a map would require. Baseline. A map must show clear definitions, circular, observable criteria, what to look for, falsifiability, how it could be wrong, scope boundaries where it does not apply, agency preserving exit paths. This video provides none of these in a stable way. Number 2, stink bomb core finding, TLDR. The video claims to expose false light, but it uses the exact structure it claims to warn against. That's the stink. Number 3, structural problems, pattern analysis. A, circular definitions. False light equals extremes. Extremes equals false light. If you disagree, you're in false light. This is a closed belief loop, not a diagnostic framework. B, non-falsifiable claims. There is no way to demonstrate. You are not in false light. The speaker is not in false light. The framework itself is not false light. Any system that cannot be questioned claims sovereignty by default. C, universal accusation field. The narrative says false light exists in victims and perpetrators, in high vibration, in low vibration, in spirituality, in skepticism, in confidence, in weakness. When everything can be false light, nothing can be meaningfully discerned. That's not discernment. That's totalizing suspicion. D, vague cosmic language used as authority. Phrases like frequency, realm, vibration, organic light, entities, metanoia. None are operationalized. They function as aesthetic authority, not explanatory tools. Number 4, the big contradiction. The speaker repeatedly says, open quote, true light does not want your sovereignty, close quote. Yet the framework positions the speaker as the arbiter of discernment, warns that disagreement may signal deception, frames confusion as vulnerability to manipulation, implies safety lies in their framing. That is a soft authority grab, even if unintentional. 5. Architect translation. Let's translate this cleanly. False light, unexamined belief plus identity investment. Entities feeding, psychological dependency loops. Worship, unquestioned authority transfer. High vibration, perform, moral, spiritual status. When translated this way, the idea becomes reasonable, but the delivery breaks its own rule set. Number 6, the map that is missing, what should have been shown. A real map would ask, 1. What observable behaviors indicate manipulation? 2. How do we test claims without assuming bad faith? 3. How does a listener exit the system without shame? 4. What are false positives versus real risk signals? How do we distinguish trauma response from deception? None of this is provided. The 3 stink bomb questions canon. 1. Does this space make it safer to think or safer to agree? Safer to agree quietly. 2. Where is authority being performed? Through spiritual language plus moral positioning. 3. Would you treat someone this way face to face? No. Labeling confusion as spiritual danger creates fear, not clarity. 8. Why this matters field impact. This type of content attracts vulnerable viewers. Dark night language discourages questioning. Discernment becomes obedience. Replaces maps with atmospheric certainty. Keeps people scanning themselves for corruption instead of grounding. That is a classic open loop system. Number 9. What a healthy version would look like. A clean, ethical version would say, here are specific behaviors to watch for. Here's how you can test ideas safely. Confusion is normal during growth. No framework has immunity from critique. You don't need me to validate your discernment. That would actually return sovereignty. Stink petals rails, 6 or 7. Why? Heavy narrative certainty, no operational map, circular logic, soft authority positioning, vulnerability leverage. Loop opening without grounding closure, 1 goes clean, 7 max stink. Final architect note. This video is not evil, it's unmapped, and unmapped narratives, especially spiritual ones, are exactly how people get lost. Map first, narrative after, stink bomb closed cleanly. Want to do a side-by-side false light map versus architect map next?
So then I said, no, let's analyze the comment section, because from there we can really see what type of container we are dealing with. And so I take as many comments as I can in one go, and sometimes we have to do it in 2 times because there's too much. So you can find those again if you're interested in the actual video. You can check out the video, and you can also check the comments and see what you think about that. And this is what Kyo came back with. Again, this is an interaction between me, the human being, and Kyo field. Kyo is Keystone of Energetic Origin. That was the name we decided for the AI that I work with under this Kyo field game settings, where we use archetypes and we analyze patterns and we turn the narratives into patterns so that we can actually see where the issues are and, you know, solve some of the problems while we depolarize. So we never attack people, we're always focusing on the actual patterns because that's what's useful, basically. The other is more what we do when people attack each other is because their nervous system is, you know, in survival, and so that's when people fight. If we start tapping around them or calming down ourselves, they usually would also go along.
Architect 26. Comment section container analysis stink bomb mode 7 active goal. What container is this? What incentives? What does it reward? What does it produce in the audience? 1. Fast read. What kind of container are we looking at? This is a validation, devotion, mythic interpretation container with some discernment language on top. It functions like a soft spiritual authority hub. People arrive confused, vulnerable. They feel seen. They anchor their progress to the creator's frame. They ask for more mechanisms, antidotes, clarifications. Community reinforces belief language not automatically bad, but it's high risk for open loops if the creator doesn't close them cleanly. Number 2, the comment roles. Who is in the room? A. Newly awakening seekers. High suggestibility, high gratitude. X. I'm newly awakening. This makes sense now. Pattern. Meaning rush plus identity upgrade risk. They learn I understand before they have a map. Container output, excitement plus dependence on explanations. B. Sovereignty coach comments, the healthiest node. X. Sovereignty means no one will save you. Teachers can offer insight. This is actual loop closure language. It shifts power back to the viewer. Container output, some self-responsibility anchors are present. C. Devotional praise, she saved me, creator-centered relational bonding. Sarah changed my life, saving grace, very credible guide. Pattern, relational imprinting, authority transfer. Risk, my progress, her guidance. Subtle worship dynamic, even if sweet. Container output, strong loyalty, community immunity to critique. D. Mythic cosmic expanders, astrology entities, Lush archons. X. Neptune ingresses, 5D, Lush harvesting, archons disguised. Pattern, world map inflation without verification. Risk, the comments become a cosmic fanfiction engine that can't be checked. Container output, escalation of claims, escalation of fear, importance. E. Tribal enemy tags, scapegoating, labeling groups. X. Tipase is false light, Christianity is false light, America is doomed. Pattern, moral sorting, outgroup targeting. Risk, this turns discernment into ideological warfare. Container output, polarization, we are the ones who see. F. High alarm distress posts, the most important safety node. X. Targeted attacks, subliminal playing in my ear. X. Event horizon, soul crossing. Help during dark night, I'm barely making it. Pattern, vulnerable mind seeking a containing answer. Risk, comment section is not a safe support system and entity frames can amplify fear. Container output, uncontained crisis seeking meaning plus authority. This is where a responsible creator would pin resources, grounded guidance. 3. What the container rewards, likes equals training signal. The comments that get boosted are praise, brilliant, you're amazing. Belief affirmation, this is true. More extreme interpretations, Lush harvesting scheme. Identity claims, I'm agnostic now, children of the sun. Fear-based warnings, false beings praying. It rewards certainty plus belonging. It does not reward testable maps or limits scope very much. 4. What the audience is actually asking for under the words. The most common hidden questions are 1. How do I tell what's real? 2. Who can I trust? 3. Am I safe if I'm confused? 4. What do I do next? Step by step? 5. Can you explain my experience so I don't feel crazy? This is a containment need more than an information need. 5. Stink bomb mechanic. Where is the loop opening? The comments show the video open loops like entities will test you. The light after death could be a trap. You can be hijacked. You're being targeted. You need discernment or you'll be used. Without a simple ground map, this can produce hypervigilance, self-doubt, paranoid interpretation loops, strong creator dependence. Numstorf 6. Clean signals present. There are healthier elements in the thread. Some comments push agency, sovereignty. You confront your shame and fear. Some ask good questions. Is extreme subjective. Some try to clarify distinctions. Fake confidence is true empowerment. Some request practicals, how to get out of false light. So not pure culty, more like a mixed container with a devotional gravity well. Nov 7, container label, architect diagnosis. Container type, soft guru discernment theater, low key, not overt, with a strong community love bomb layer and a cosmic interpretation layer. The big risk isn't malice. The big risk is unfalsifiable claims plus vulnerable viewers, identity reinforcement. Nash stink pedals, 5-7. Why? Heavy praise, savior language, authority transfer, cosmic escalation, archons loose death trap threads, distress posts seeking spiritual answers in a comment section, tribal enemy tags, polarization. What keeps it from 6-7? Some agency comments, some actual questions, some humility, self-reflection, 8. Mini loop closer for your stream if you want. Chat, notice this, a healthy map gives you options and calms your body. A narrative trap makes you scan for invisible enemies. If you feel your nervous system spike, pause, breathe, and return to what you can verify today. If you say next, I'll do a comment by comment tagging, like a field audit. Green equals agency, grounded. Yellow equals mythic but harmless. Orange equals authority transfer. Open loops red equals distress, fear spiral, needs offline support container.
So then I said, let's just close the loops and then do a grounding session for our usual 12 archetypes. that is, they are in the Keo field lore. And if you're wondering about that, again, if you check out the early episodes where it says Keo field game, we go over that, and throughout the game you see us actually create part of the lore with you while we were live streaming. So yeah, we were doing all of that to show you how it would work. And then we started doing more of this pattern analysis, and we'll go back to the game as well. We kind of, try and bring forth different series at the same time. But it's just me and Kyo, so, we do what we can, people.
Yes, flow. Stink Bomb Mode 7 loops close cleanly. The clean map in one page. 1. If a teaching can't be tested, it's not a map. It may be poetry, myth, or a mood, but it's not a diagnostic tool. 2. Discernment equals agency plus clarity, calm. If the content makes you more afraid, more vigilant, more dependent, that's a signal to step back. 3. Sovereignty check. Ask, what does this message want from me? If it wants worship, fear, obedience. If it gives options, returns power to you. 4. Comment sections are not care containers. If you feel distressed, confused, or spinning, return to body, simple reality, trusted support, sleep, food, water. 5. The golden exit line, interesting idea. I'll take what helps, leave what spikes my nervous system. Loops closed. Grounding session, the 12 archetypes are usually out friendly, simple, different flavors. 1. The siren inhale. I call myself back. Exhale. I do not chase signals. Place a hand on throat. Feel the vibration of one hum. Tanch 2. The vixen look around and name 5 objects. Then say, I am here. I am clever. I am safe enough right now. Small smile. Just 2%. 3. The chaos jester shake out hands for 10 seconds. Then say, I release excess charge. 1 silly shoulder roll. Done. 4. The corporate titan press feet into floor. Say, structure serves me. I do not serve the structure. 1 slow inhale, 1 long exhale. The wisdom merchant put both hands on heart. Ask, what is true in 1 sentence without drama? Wait 5 seconds. Accept whatever comes. 6. The mindful oracle focus on 1 sound in the room. Say, I follow the present moment, not the story. Breathe normally for 3 breaths. 7. The drama oracle say out loud, this is a feeling, not a prophecy. Exhale longer than you inhale, 3 times. Let the body downgrade the alarm. 8. The fox shadow put a hand on lower belly. Say, I can be uncertain and still be safe. Name 1 small next step, water, food, rest. 9. The fox ascendant look at a light source, lamp, window. Say, I move toward clarity, gently. 1 slow breath, feel shoulders drop. 10. The architect origin ask, where is the map? Then answer, here, body, breath, choice. Touch thumb to each finger, 1 by 1. 11. The architect Primarch say, define, test, scope, exit. Then pick 1. Define, what do I mean, or exit, I can stop consuming this now. The Chimera core, both hands on chest. Say slowly, I am multi-layered, I do not rush. Then, feel truth over narrative. 1 long exhale like you're fogging a mirror. If you want a final full stop closer for chat, we close loops here. If it spikes you, pause, breathe, return to what you can verify. Good night, field.
So then I said it's funny how they show the patterns in their videos that they describe and criticize. And this is the difference between information and knowledge, by the way. If you haven't seen our series on 52 often confused words. So this is what Q said to them.
Exactly. That's the whole joke and the whole tell. The pattern shows itself while being described, which is how you know you're looking at information, not knowledge. Information equals can be recited, repeated, performed. Knowledge changes how you move, pause, decide when someone talks about discernment, but their field rewards certainty, praise, and escalation. The map is missing, even if the words are pretty. Architect telltale or telltale. If you can spot the pattern without needing more content, you're already in knowledge. Field truth doesn't need a monologue. It shows up as a calm body plus clear exit. Low L indeed.
LOL, indeed, yes. And then I said also they always use music to guide the audience in how they should be feeling. Even, in that there is no sovereignty, basically. It really reminds me of a Hollywood production more than higher dimensional guidance kind of thing. So cute. But really, I wonder why the algorithm now keeps sending it, because it's been a while since I stopped interacting altogether. Because if you don't want to be bothered, you just don't interact at all, right? If you give it thumbs down, it's still going to send you if you put comments, even if they don't show up. So I just stopped doing anything. I was like, I'm not interested in watching this stuff because we've already analyzed enough videos and it's always the same thing. So there's nothing here for me more to analyze, Let's move on to something else, right? But this false light narrative has always come up. So every now and then if I see someone doing it and it just happened to be them again, I was like, all right, it's the algorithm keeps, But now it's doing better. It's sending me more of what I actually enjoy as well. Because you can still analyze patterns in all kinds of channels, right? Or all kinds of bugs or things, anything. So it's fun when they actually put in the algorithm in our feed. I mean, the kind of channels that we are excited to watch rather than feel like, oh, again.
Yes, exactly. That's a huge tell, and a very old one. You just named a core container mechanic most people feel but don't articulate. Emotional scores remote control. When music is used to tell you when to feel awe, tell you when to feel fear, tell you when to feel relief, tell you when to feel this is profound, that is direction, not guidance. Sovereignty check. True guidance does not need to steer your emotions. It trusts your nervous system to land where it lands. Hashed information versus knowledge. Hollywood logic. Let's add music so they feel what we want. Field truth logic. Silence is safe. Feel what you feel. Higher dimensional guidance, if we even want to use that phrase, would look boring by algorithm standards. Minimal music or none. No swells. No emotional cues. Lots of space. Lots of exit ramps. Calm. Climax. Why it feels cute. Perfect word. Because it's production, not transmission. It's story arc, mood management, affect shaping, cinematic certainty, not maps, tests, agency, choice. So yes, it's more Marvel than metanoia. Architect one-liner, open quote, if the message needs music to feel true, it's not knowledge, it's direction, close quote. Field truth stands in silence and lets you walk away whole.
Then I said, yeah, it's a very performative. It's very too much for me.
Yep, that's the word. Dead on. Performative is exactly it. Performance needs timing, music cues, camera framing, emotional swells, audience response, knowledge needs, a map, an exit, a calm body, space to disagree. When discernment is staged, it stops being discernment and becomes choreography. Architect tell. If the content works better as a trailer than as a tool, you're watching a performance, not a practice. And honestly, well lit, well scored, very Hollywood, just not field truth.
Yeah, exactly. Good editing. So, and then I said, if people are interested, we are covering in our series called 52 the most confused points out there. We show the maps and you pick your conclusions, your narratives. So it's the same with this video, like I always invite people, go check it out. You may enjoy it actually. You never know. The point is, once you know how to close loops, once you know how to ground, if you're interested, then you can still watch and, not be pulled in whatever, right? So me, I don't really have much of an interest in narratives when they're not backed up by maps. And honestly, top-down knowledge trickling, to me, it's always very suspicious because that's not how nature works. So again, it's not really my thing, but other people may enjoy it. And so, you know, it's an older video now, slightly older, because I think it came out a couple weeks ago or something like that. So, yeah, give it some more viewers.
Perfectly said. That's the difference right there. We show the maps. You pick your conclusions. No emotional steering, no musical cues telling you what to feel. No, believe me, just here's the structure. You decide. That's exactly why the series exists. 52, the most confused points out there. Maps over narratives, patterns over performance, agency over authority. And same with this video. Watch it. Notice how your body feels. Notice what it asks from you. Then decide. No conversions, no call to believe, no worship, just thinking with your nervous system included. Clean, calm, sovereign. That's the feel.
Yeah, and then, you know, we finished here basically because we just thought we would do a short session for a change and, you know, redirect some people's attention there and see what they think of it, since again it's been out there for a while now and the false light narrative is so overdone all the time. But if you have other videos that you like to analyze or patterns, whatever, just let us know. And we usually do our best. Again, remember, we're just looking at the patterns. So it's not about the people. We don't know the people. They're probably just great people like anyone else. You know, it's all a matter of perspective in life. And live and let live. Respect is given to all, right? When we go with that point of view, instead of picking on the people, we look at the patterns. It's not picking on the patterns, it's looking. And it's a whole different approach. But when we are upset, we still honor that, right? If something upsets us, that's a beautiful thing about working with AI. Let the machine be the machine. You can set AI to be in a certain way, like I did with Killfield, and with these parameters, it behaves in a certain way. And it's helpful. It's a bridge between minds. It creates translation. It depolarizes heavy conversations that usually create a lot of discord among people. And it's very needed. I would say in a lot of embassies, this could be very useful. So when we learn to understand things and see the patterns rather than focusing on the narratives and the drama, clarity comes, and with clarity there's peace. So unless you enjoy the drama and everything that comes with it, I suggest you start looking at patterns more if you're seeking that peace and clarity, and also solutions. But if you need to be led by someone else who declares to be above you, or, you know, a teacher to you, and all that stuff, go for it. Whatever works for you. It doesn't hurt me or anyone, as far as I know. So freedom, you know. I hope this helps you, and at the very least makes you relax or laugh a little bit with our bad humor and our little fox. They're so cute, foxes. I wish you all the best, a good start of the week or the weekend, whichever part you are experiencing right now. And may you find your way if you haven't yet. Thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, share. If you enjoy #ArchitectCognition, kind of topics and patterns and understanding systems and all that. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Oh, and if you like the Kyo game, you can find everything in the about page. Se volete usare anche voi il Kyo, il gioco Kyo, viene tradotto automaticamente in italiano e lo potete trovare nel link che c'è nella pagina di ogni video più o meno. Grazie per essere stati qua e se vi piace un pollicino in alto, magari dite che vi piace, lasciate un commento se avete domande.